Welcome back to my channel, and sorry guys that I haven't been uploading like at all lately. It's my bad. I haven't been like busy or anything. I don't know. I've had some technical issues, but I think I got all those fixed. So I'm gonna be uploading, hopefully uploading again pretty consistently starting now. And in today's video, I'm gonna be talking about the top 10 wooden coasters that I've ridden. And I've ridden a total of 24 wooden coasters, so there's gonna be some that don't make this list. At number 10, we have American Thunder, which is at my home park of Six Flags St. Louis. This is a coaster I really do enjoy, so it's coming in at number 10 on this list. This coaster has good but not great airtime, and it's something I always enjoy to ride at my home park. It is one of the smaller GCIs, but it's still a good ride, and that's why it makes this list. Coming in at number 9 is Screamin Eagle, also at Six Flags St. Louis. This is another one of my favorite coasters to ride at my home park. Even though this is an older coaster, it still has great airtime and it's very smooth for its age. There are a few moments in this ride that give really good airtime, and another one of my favorite things to do on it is ride it at night. And also, usually this coaster is best in the back row. At number 8, I have the 20-year-old CCI at Holiday World, the Legend. Although this is one of the most painful coasters I've ridden, I still enjoy it, and it is also a bit of a rough ride, but I do still enjoy it. It doesn't have the greatest airtime, but it still has a few moments of it, and this ride is mostly known for its laterals and just how it's just a wild ride. And also, one of the good things about it is that it has PTC trains, unlike certain other CCI later on this list that has Grossaler trains. And the Legend originally did have Grossaler trains, but Holiday World switched them out for PTC trains, which was a great move. At number 7, I have another 20-year-old CCI, except this time it's the Boss at Six Flags St. Louis, which this is my favorite coaster at my home park. This is another one that's a bit of a painful ride, but it is a bit rough, but it's definitely it's got enough redeeming qualities that I can look past that. And it's just a really long ride. It's really fun. It's a great night ride, and that's why this makes the list at number 7. At number 6, I have a coaster that a lot of people hate, but it's actually one that I really enjoy, and this is the Beast at Kings Island. This is the world's longest wooden roller coaster, and it is one of the best as well. Although it is an old ride, it does have a few rough spots, but it's not too bad. It's definitely tolerable. One of my least favorite things about this was the trims, which did really slow it down. But one of the reasons that this ranks so high on my list is that I was able to get a night ride on it. And it was also my first ever ride, which I really enjoyed. And I had no idea where we were going. It was just a crazy experience. And that's why it ranks so high on this list. At number 5, I have Goliath at Six Flags Great America, which is an RMC Topper Track coaster. My least favorite thing about this coaster is that it's a short ride, which what's there is really good, so I can definitely look past that. And my other least favorite thing is the trains, and they are pretty uncomfortable, and the ride-ups on this coaster do staple a lot, so that makes it even more uncomfortable. And this coaster isn't very good towards the front. It's really only good in the back. So those are some issues with it. But if you get the right conditions, this can be a really good coaster. Basically, the only thing I don't like about it is that it's pretty inconsistent considering all of those factors. At number 4, I have my favorite of the 2 GCIs I've ridden, Mystic Timbers at Kings Island. When I first rode this, I didn't really like it as much, and I didn't rank it as one of my top wooden coasters. But as I rode it more throughout the day and on to the next day, I really started to like it more, and it became one of my top wooden coasters. And it's another coaster that has a great night ride. This coaster, the best thing about it is the airtime. There's a lot of it, and it's throughout the whole ride, and that's my favorite thing about it. Another thing about it is that it has the shed at the end of the ride, which for me, I actually really enjoyed because before I rode it, I did know it was going to be in there, and I was expecting it, so it didn't come as a disappointment for me, and I actually liked the shed a lot. My number 3 favorite wooden roller coaster is Hades 360 at Mount Olympus. This is one that a little bit less people have ridden, but it's still one that I do really enjoy. This coaster does have some pretty good airtime, especially in the pre-lift section, which you're not going to see in the POV because I'm going to skip it, but it does also have some good airtime later in the ride, but it isn't my favorite part of the ride. One thing I really like about it is how it has an inversion, which it's a really unique thing to have on a wooden coaster that's not an RMC, so that's something I really enjoyed. And my number one favorite thing about this ride is the tunnel, which it's just a crazy experience, and you're flying through there. It's long, you don't know when it's going to end, and it's just a really good element. My number two wooden coaster is Outlaw Run at Silver Dollar City. This is another RMC topper track coaster. One of my favorite things about this coaster is that it's just very aggressive. It has amazing airtime, amazing inversions, it's got a great night ride, and I even had the fortune of doing a night ride that was last ride of the night, and it was also a Zen ride, which was a crazy experience, especially considering that the park was actually at capacity that day, and I don't really know how I was able to do that, but I was. One of my least favorite things about this coaster is the restraints, because they are pretty painful for your legs, but thankfully they don't usually staple you on this coaster like they do on Goliath, so that makes it not as much of an issue. And all around, this is just one of my favorite coasters overall. It's an amazing coaster. My number one favorite wooden coaster, which is also my number one favorite coaster overall, is the Voyage at Holiday World. And there's just so many great things about this ride. It's an amazing coaster. It's got loads of airtime. I'm pretty sure up until Steel Vengeance it was the most out of any coaster in the world, which is a great thing. It's also a very long ride. The first half feels like a B&M Hyper, and the second half feels like a RMC. I was supposed to be riding it at night with the trims off this year at Hollywood Nights, but now it looks like that event is going to be for sure postponed. Hopefully it isn't canceled. So as long as it isn't canceled, I'll still be doing that later in the year. And I'm going to like this coaster even more once I get to do that, whether it's this year or not. So yeah, it's just a great ride. I can't recommend it. Like, everyone's got to go to Holiday World to ride this. So that's going to conclude this video. Thank you all for watching. If you liked the video, go and give it a like. If you didn't like the video, go and give it a dislike. If you want to see more of my videos, subscribe to the channel. And if you want to let me know your thoughts on it, leave a comment. Thanks for watching, everyone.